Welcome to part 2 of Tips for Middle Schoolers. If you missed part 1, click the link in the description right below this video to get to that video. But if not, let's get started. Here's my tips for middle schoolers that I wish I knew back in middle school. My next tip is to not take dating too seriously. Yeah, you can have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but don't ditch your friends to always hang out with this person, and don't ruin relationships over it. Take it for what it is. It's a young relationship. Have fun with it, but, accept departure. You're not going to be with that person forever, and consider just being friends, because having 10 friends is better than having one boyfriend or girlfriend. My next tip is to spend less time in front of a screen and more time with your friends. A little bit of TV and video games is fine, but in the future you might have wished that you spent more time actually with your friends. My next tip is to prioritize sleep. When I was a kid, I hated that my mom gave me a bedtime, but now I'm so grateful that she did, because sleep is so good for you. It recovers your body, it gives your brain a break, helps you grow. Get at least 8 hours a night, and yeah, the occasional all-nighter or hanging out with your friends way too late is okay, it's good and fun, but a majority of the time, get your sleep because it's so good for you and you'll be so grateful that you did. And give your mom a break for giving you a bedtime. She's just doing what's best for you. My next tip is don't do any drugs and don't drink. It might seem cool at the time, but it's totally not worth it. It's bad for adults, but it's even worse for kids because your bodies are still growing and developing, so don't even touch that stuff. My next tip is to let your mom take pictures of you. See, for some reason I hated when my mom would take pictures of me, especially in front of friends, but the truth is that when you're older, you're going to wish that you had more and more pictures of yourself when you were younger to show your kids, to show your grandkids, or just to look at several years later to see what you looked like. Because it's cool for me now to see what I looked like in elementary school and middle school and so on. So I can't imagine how cool it will be for me to look at myself that young when I'm really old. My next tip might sound a little funny, but it will help you become more flexible and have healthier joints. And that tip is to learn how to squat properly. Learn how to squat with your heels on the ground at all times. Get your butt below your hips and keep your back straight. Here's what it looks like. My next tip is that you don't need the newest gadgets, clothes, or hairstyles for people to like you. See, if you're getting these things to impress other people, they might like you for your things or for how you look rather than for you as a person. So keep that in mind. You don't need the newest things to impress people and have good friends. My next tip is pretty deep. It's to be grateful. See, if you're watching this video, you likely have parents that love you, a nice and comfortable home, you have food and water when you're hungry and thirsty. Things are pretty good for you right now. See, whenever you're complaining or really upset about something, just realize that there are kids out there who don't have a family. They don't have a home like yours. They don't have food and water whenever they're hungry and thirsty. So just keep some perspective and realize that you are pretty fortunate. My next tip is to read. See, in school they bombard you with read, 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 read. That kind of pushed me away. I didn't like reading. I tried to avoid it at all costs because I thought that reading was all about reading fictional stories, things that aren't real. The truth is that what I like a lot more is reading real stuff, non-fiction. So try it. Read some science, read some history, read about some cool famous people. Try reading like that. Not all reading is about boring fictional stuff. So give that a try and don't hate reading. Because when I was younger, I tried to avoid it at all costs. I didn't like it. Now I really enjoy reading about things that I care about, things that are real. My last tip for you guys is to simply have fun. You're only this age once, and you have no job to work. You don't have kids of your own to take care of. Life for you at this point is all about having fun with your friends and family and just learning about the world. So enjoy it, because someday you will have a job, you might have kids, and the world will be a lot different. So enjoy your time right now, just having fun and learning about the world. That's it for my 2 very long videos on tips for middle schoolers. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace out.